How does the European Commission's role in the EU legislative process differ from that of the European Parliament? A. The European Commission proposes legislation, while the European Parliament adopts and amends it. B. The European Commission supervises member states' governments, while the European Parliament supervises EU institutions. C. The European Commission implements EU policies directly, while the European Parliament enforces them. D. The European Commission develops EU laws, while the European Parliament implements them. Correct answer. A. The European Commission proposes legislation, while the European Parliament adopts and amends it. Explanation. The European Commission proposes legislative initiatives, while the European Parliament adopts, amends, and supervises the implementation of these initiatives. How does the European Council contribute to the strategic direction of the European Union? A. It sets the EU's overall policy agenda and priorities. B. It oversees the implementation of EU policies. C. It supervises EU institutions. D. It develops legislative proposals. Correct answer. A. It sets the EU's overall policy agenda and priorities. Explanation. The European Council sets the EU's overall policy agenda and priorities, guiding the strategic direction of the European Union. How does the European Court of Justice, ECJ, handle matters of EU law interpretation? A. It supervises national legal systems directly. B. It interprets EU law and adjudicates on matters of EU law interpretation. C. It develops EU law amendments. D. It enforces EU laws across member states. Correct answer. B. It interprets EU law and adjudicates on matters of EU law interpretation. Explanation. The ECJ interprets EU law and adjudicates on matters of EU law interpretation, ensuring consistent application and understanding across EU member states. How does the European Parliament influence the EU's financial policies? A. It directly manages EU funds. B. It approves the EU budget and oversees its execution. C. It supervises the European Central Bank's activities. D. It allows member states to manage funds independently. Correct answer. B. It approves the EU budget and oversees its execution. Explanation. The European Parliament approves the EU budget and oversees its execution, influencing the EU's financial policies and ensuring effective use of funds. What role does the European Court of Auditors play in ensuring accountability in the EU's financial management? A. It audits the EU budget and EU institutions' financial activities. B. It supervises national financial systems. C. It develops EU financial policies. D. It directly manages EU funds. Correct answer. A. It audits the EU budget and EU institutions' financial activities. Explanation. The European Court of Auditors audits the EU budget and EU institutions' financial activities, ensuring accountability and effective management of EU funds. How does the European Central Bank, ECB, influence monetary policy within the Eurozone? A. It sets interest rates, manages inflation, and oversees monetary policy. B. It directly manages EU member states' currencies. C. It supervises national central banks. D. It oversees the EU's fiscal policies. Correct answer. A. It sets interest rates, manages inflation, and oversees monetary policy. Explanation. The ECB sets interest rates, manages inflation, and oversees monetary policy within the Eurozone, ensuring financial stability and effective economic management. How does the European Economic and Social Committee, EESC, contribute to EU policy making? A. It provides advisory opinions representing civil society interests. B. It develops legislative proposals. C. It implements EU policies directly. D. It oversees member states' governments. Correct answer. A. It provides advisory opinions representing civil society interests. Explanation. The EESC provides advisory opinions representing civil society interests, contributing to EU policy making and ensuring diverse perspectives in the legislative process. How does the Committee of the Regions, CORE, contribute to the EU's legislative process? A. It provides advisory opinions representing regional and local interests. B. It directly implements legislative proposals. C. It supervises EU institutions. D. It develops legislative proposals. Correct answer. A. It provides advisory opinions representing regional and local interests. Explanation. The CORE provides advisory opinions representing regional and local interests, contributing to EU policymaking and ensuring diverse perspectives. How does the European Ombudsman ensure transparency and accountability within EU institutions? A. It investigates complaints concerning EU institutions. Administration. B. It directly supervises EU institutions. C. It develops EU law amendments. D. It oversees member states' governments. Correct answer. A. It investigates complaints concerning EU institutions. Administration. Explanation. The European Ombudsman investigates complaints concerning EU institutions, administration, ensuring transparency and accountability, and addressing potential maladministration. What role does the European Food Safety Authority, EFSA, play in the EU's food policies? A. It manages EU food production directly. B. It supervises member states' agricultural activities. C. It provides scientific advice on food safety and risk assessments. D. It oversees EU member states' food safety laws. Correct answer. C. It provides scientific advice on food safety and risk assessments. Explanation. The EFSA provides scientific advice on food safety and risk assessments, contributing to EU policies on food and feed safety, ensuring consistent standards. How does the EU single market influence economic integration within the EUA? It allows for the free movement of goods, services, capital, and labor across member states. B. It mandates uniform economic policies across all member states. C. It prohibits international trade entirely. D. It mandates independent economic policies for each member state. Correct answer. A. It allows for the free movement of goods, services, capital, and labor across member states. Explanation. The EU single market allows for the free movement of goods, services, capital, and labor, promoting economic integration and cohesion across member states. How does the EU's digital skills strategy contribute to the EU's technological development? A. It mandates digital literacy programs across member states. B. It supports digital education, skills development, and technological innovation. C. It directly manages digital infrastructure development. D. It oversees EU institutions, digital initiatives. Correct answer. B. It supports digital education, skills development, and technological innovation. Explanation. The EU's digital skills strategy supports digital education, skills development, and technological innovation, promoting technological advancement and preparing the EU workforce for the digital age. What role does the European Green Deal play in the EU's environmental policies? A. It mandates immediate reductions in greenhouse gas emissions. B. It supports sustainable development, climate action, and renewable energy initiatives. C. It oversees member states' environmental laws. D. It directly implements EU climate policies. Correct answer. B. It supports sustainable development, climate action, and renewable energy initiatives. Explanation. The European Green Deal supports sustainable development, climate action, and renewable energy initiatives, guiding the EU's environmental policies and contributing to climate goals. How does the Lisbon Treaty influence the EU's political structure? A. It simplifies the EU's political structure and decision-making process. B. It mandates uniform laws across all member states. C. It prohibits national sovereignty entirely. D. It centralizes the EU's institutions. Correct answer. A. It simplifies the EU's political structure and decision-making process. Explanation. The Lisbon Treaty simplifies the EU's political structure and decision-making process, enhancing efficiency and cohesion across EU institutions and member states. How does the European Union ensure protection for its citizens' data privacy? A. It mandates encryption for all personal data. B. It requires compliance with GDPR, including transparency and individual rights protections. C. It directly manages data processing activities. D. It prohibits data processing entirely. Correct answer. B. It requires compliance with GDPR, including transparency and individual rights protections. Explanation. The EU mandates compliance with GDPR, including transparency and individual rights protections, ensuring consistent data privacy standards for EU citizens.